If you are finding that the world's feeling a little different to you, maybe you're experiencing things, seeing, hearing, knowing, feeling things that are different for you, you are not batshit crazy. Okay. There is a phenomenon going on our planet right now where people are waking up spiritually, where the energies that are kind of bombarding our planet right now are causing people to actually have their spiritual gifts awaken, sometimes overnight, sometimes in unexpected and surprising ways. And people are reacting differently to this. Some people are freaking out, I mean, just really wondering what the hell is going on, um, and turning away from it. Others are really trying to numb it out, whether through alcohol, drugs, pick your addiction, pick your distraction, whatever it might be, excessive Facebook scrolling, who knows, but just trying to numb it out so they don't have to deal with it. And others are really leaning into the experience and being willing to go down that rabbit hole and see what exists there for them. And this is just an invitation. It's really an invitation from your soul, right? An invitation from your soul to lean in. And the question is, how are you going to respond? How are you going to respond to that soul invitation? The energies on the planet right now, especially right now in October, it's like the veil is thinned. And when people talk about the veil, that's like the veil that separates the different levels of consciousness or the different dimensional levels. There's nothing really that totally separates. There's no total barrier, but right now, it's like we have greater access to things that we don't normally experience in our 3D tactile touch, be able to hold it in your hands kind of world. Some people are seeing apparitions in their home. Some people are feeling energies or hearing voices. Um, and they're wondering what's going on with them. And if all the craziness in the world right now is maybe causing them to be crazy as well. And that's just not the case. This is actually an opportunity and actually a gift. Some of us have been a part of this awakening process for decades. And so this time right now isn't quite as dramatic for us as it may be for others of you who are waking up right now more um, kind of instantaneously. I have one friend that last year had a major awakening experience, and I just started seeing, knowing, hearing things, and it was so overwhelming for her. She ended up in a psych ward and in a hospital for a week. But rather than turn her back on the entire experience, she leaned in, sought out support, sought out help to make better sense of what was going on in her world, to make better sense of what she was experiencing and how to work with that. And for her, it's made all the difference in the world in terms of how she's showing up in her life, how she's showing up in this unique experience of time right now, where our soul really is asking us to lean in, asking us to recognize and remember and honor our gifts to bring more light into the world, because that's exactly what our world needs right now. These are different kinds of experiences. And for many, it can feel really, really scary. And you don't have to go it alone. That's exactly why I created the Warrior of Light basic training program, is to make sure that people had an avenue to get the support, the help, the encouragement they needed to be able to lean in. But it takes curiosity and it takes courage to actually walk this path. It takes a bit of bravery and a bit of willingness to look inside and realize that we are way more powerful than we've let ourselves believe, that we have way more potential inside than society would like for us to remember. See, when we remember our own inner power, people outside of us lose their control over us, right? Their power to try to keep us small starts evaporating. And that's exactly what we've been trying, what society over time has tried to scare us out of. That's why, witches were burned at the stake, or some of us still carry, cellular memory of losing our heads at the guillotine for speaking our truth and for recognizing and honoring our inner power back in the day. Pick your lifetime. It's not going to go this way this time. It's just not. We have the opportunity to lean in. Our soul is inviting us to lean in. Our world needs us to lean into this power, to this inner potential. And we don't have to do it alone. We just don't. So if you are experiencing any of these things, if you are finding yourself, looking around and the world looks a little different and you're not sure why, you're not sure how, but you feel that there's something stirring inside of you, that there's some awakening happening inside of you, you are not alone. Some people have estimated that by the end of the year, there's like 2 billion people on the planet that are going to be having this awakening experience. 2 billion people. You're in really good company. But between now and the end of the year is really the time when the energies are coming on the planet in such a way that's going to be like a catalyst, like the alarm clock that's waking us up. And for some, that's going to feel scary. And I have seen so many people turn away from this invitation from their soul, that all they want to do is quiet the voices or not see things or not remember who they really are. And so they turn to alcohol, they turn to drugs, they turn to, excessive sex that's not connected to anything. They turn to all these other things to not have to lean in to their own soul's awakening, to their own spiritual gifts. And I'm just encouraging you, it does not have to be that way. We need you fully awake, fully aware, leaning in, not numbing out. And so, if any of this is resonating with you at all, if you've been curious at all about what the hell is going on, if you want reassurance that you are not batshit crazy, let's talk. We were not meant to do this by ourselves. We were not meant to walk this road solo, and you don't have to. You just simply don't have to. So, no, all is well. Your soul is inviting you to lean in. And the real question is, will you have the curiosity and will you have the courage to answer that invitation? And my hope for you is that you do. Life is simply better and the world is better when you lean into your soul's calling and honor your gifts. So until next time, I hope you have a magnificent day. See ya.